Hey YouTube, it's Rob here, bringing you ThunderCats news. You might have heard about it. At the end of 2010, they announced that the ThunderCats property would be returning in animated form and action figures. 2011 Toy Fair just happened in February. They showed off the lines. There's going to be a 4-inch line, a 6-inch line, and an 8-inch line. The 4 and 6-inch lines are going to be based on the new animated show with the new character designs, the new look. And it looks nice. I mean, style-wise, it looks nice. We have yet to see any animation to see how it'll actually look when it's animated. But the 8-inch line is for all the old ThunderCats fans and old school fans of the property who remember that growing up. The 8-inch line is going to be based on the classic ThunderCat properties, the classic design looks and stylings. They showed Lino, they showed Tigra. Both look fantastic. I mean, the articulation and just the style, it's very true to the original property. And back then, I had a few ThunderCats, the toys, and even back then I knew the quality sucked. You know, it wasn't good. It wasn't like the other toy lines out. And it's been a property that's, for years, almost 2 decades, that has been just laying low and not used. And it was surprising that with the 80s revival that happened like between 5 and 10 years ago in comics and other things, that ThunderCats never really took hold again. And for whatever reason, the decision was made last year so that 2011 the property would be back in animated form and action figure forms, and they're really going all out, okay? Between the 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, and associated properties and like role-playing items and stuff like that. They're really investing money into the property and are really hoping that it will take off. Will it take off? Honestly, I don't know. With animated properties, sometimes what you think will be a hit isn't, and what's not a hit actually is a hit. I remember in the original cartoon, especially the first few episodes, there was like a dark tone. I remember growing up, it was kind of like a more serious, not just like all like He-Man fun, where you didn't take the bad guy seriously. But if you look at the early episodes, it was different. And actually, one thing I noticed in the cartoons was the original bad guys were like Slive, Monkey-In, and who the heck's the other guy? Jackalman. But Vultureman was not in the first few episodes. He appeared later on, and they never explained how he got there. He just like showed up with the main bad guy groups. If you look at the first 2 episodes, for example, there was no Vultureman there. Okay? And one thing that I think about ThunderCats was, when did they jump the shark? You could look that term up, when jumping the shark means the quality went down. For me, I think that the jumping the shark point was the last few years when the new ThunderCats they found of Bengali, Linkso, and Mumm-Ra showed up, and the new bad guys, the Lunatics, I think that was the name. When they put, and Mumm-Ra had a dog called Mumm-Ra. To me, I thought that was jumping the shark, because it seemed that the storylines and the ideas went downhill, and there was like some watering down of it. I mean, Mumm-Ra, he's like the force of evil, and he has a pet dog. Why does he have a pet dog, okay? A mutt. He's so badass, he should just be alone and solo, and he don't need any helper. And the new ThunderCats, what were they? They were exiled. You notice they put them in the tower. Was it the Tower of Omens? They weren't like worthy to hang out with the main ThunderCats at Cat's Lair. What was that? You know, the 3 new guys they find, and they exile them into their own tower. They're not allowed to hang out and live out in the main Cat's Lair. Couldn't you at least rotate, you know, put some old and new ThunderCats there and mix around who goes into the tower? And the Lunatics, some were nice, but I don't know, just the storylines really don't like him in terms of how they were portrayed overall. And I thought just that those last few years, and then they had to return to New Thundera, where the ThunderCats' home was returned, and so they went back to their home planet and left Earth. I mean, that just changed the whole concept of the show. The concept was their home world was destroyed, like Superman. These ThunderCats end up on Earth and build a life on Earth. And maybe there are other ThunderCats out there, but wherever they went is wherever they went. But these ThunderCats are home on Earth. And then you look at the original pilot episodes, when the ThunderCats left, they went suspended animation because for years and years and years it took them to travel to Earth. Okay? But then when they returned to New Thundera, they just get in like their spaceship, rocket off to New Thundera, they're there in no time, and they could visit Earth again. They come back in no time at all. It kind of like, I mean, what's with that? The whole bringing back Thundera and the ThunderCats, it was like, kind of weak if you ask me. So yeah, for me the jumping shark point was those new ThunderCats and Mumm-Ra and all of that stuff. That original 5-part series when he returned was nice, but what followed after it was not as good. That's my opinion, but overall I did enjoy the series. It was fantastic. It's great to see the property back, and I noticed that on the new stuff they didn't show Link, So, Bengali, and Mumm-Ra with the new property coming out. I wonder why that is. Are they going to introduce them later, or what's up with that? Or maybe they just realized everyone likes the originals, the original set, the original deal. So I'll be updating you more on ThunderCats when it's going to be out, stuff like that, on the release days. So thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. Hope you click the like button and comment if you want. So take care. Talk to you later.